All right, Coach, you want to just give us an opening statement?
Okay, yes. Obviously, I felt like, I've been a part of some games like this in the past, and they've gotten ragged. I want to, applaud our guys for playing it the right way. There were some things we wanted to get accomplished in the game. Right before the game, Eli, his Achilles was bothering him up in Memphis, and going through warm-ups, he and I decided, we talked about it, that we would because I really wanted Keyshawn Williams and Keyshawn Ember to get some minutes at the one. So we let Eli rest up, and I thought our guys did a really nice job. We played the game the right way. We needed a lot of guys get some court time, and really encourage what I saw, and hopefully we can continue to grow over the holidays.
Questions for Coach?
Frank, Keyshawn Williams, especially, what did you see from him tonight, and how can that help him get going moving forward?
Well, obviously, me at 20 and 9 and 6 rebounds, and I've said it, I'm sure people, because he hasn't showed it yet, but he is super talented, and he has a chance to be really good. But like most freshmen, they struggle with their confidence, and so it was good for him to get out there and get his feet wet for extended minutes, because I think he could really help us, and so I'm really encouraged what he, we've seen it at practice. It just haven't been in games. I mean, he had a scrimmage where he had 25, and so he's super talented. It's just a matter of, like most high school kids, they got to get used to the speed of the game, and I was really, like I said, encouraged by his play.
Coach, you picked up your 120th win with the program. I know the talent level on Southwestern is not, compared to what you guys are at, but just picking that up and what it means to you.
Well, obviously, Coach Richardson, I think I was told that he was who we passed, and I have such great reverence for him as a young African-American coach, and growing up in the business, and has been someone I've looked up to and had good relationship with. It's truly an honor, and all it just does is say that we've had some really good players here at Tulsa, and with some really good coaching staff, and I'm just grateful and honored that Tulsa has chosen me as their coach, and given me the opportunity to continue to coach here.
With the cancellations of games previously and then postponements, how does this get you guys back into a rhythm before we dive back into conference play with your matchup with Houston?
And this was needed, Daniel. We really, missed those two games, and I felt like if we wanted to keep our guys here in the bubble, so to speak, because of I think the protocols and how we got to try to move to stay healthy. We needed another game, and it was hard for me to look at those guys and say, you can't go home for Christmas and we don't play till the 29th. But we got to stay here. So I'm very grateful that, Southwestern came over and allowed us to have another opportunity to play, and we were able to play everybody, and then we could celebrate, Christmas on Christmas Day, and continue to start getting ready for Houston.
Got a tough schedule coming up. Obviously, every game in the American is going to be difficult, but how do you keep the momentum going as you get into these conference games?
Well, we had a great, obviously when you look back at how we started playing conference games really early. I think it ended up being our third game of the year. Fourth game of the year was Wichita State at home, coming off of COVID. And we learned a lot from that game, because I don't think we were quite right in the first half coming from the break. But we got better in the second half. But, we needed practice time. And I think, our performance up at Memphis I was so proud of our guys. We didn't get in the gym the night before. We shot the day of the game. So all these things are unique, what you're dealing with. But our guys showed great toughness. And as you look ahead in conference play, usually the teams that has a great toughness, and particularly with this year, you're going to have a chance to have success. And we kept stressing that with our team, how important it is for us to have great toughness and stay together. There was so much to learn from that game the other night at Memphis, where we were down and we kept fighting. Shots weren't falling, but we stayed true to our discipline on defense. And that's been what we've been stressing with our guys, how when things don't work in terms of an offensive end, we can control those things on the defensive end in terms of how hard we play. And just really proud of how we bowed our backs and competed on that end of the floor.
Where do you feel your team is as far as conditioning goes? Because, we talked at the beginning of the year that you guys are going to be thrown in the fire rather quickly and not have a bunch of these tune-up games. I mean, how do you feel about where your team is at?
I think we're in a good place. Obviously, there's some guys, Josh Early's still trying to get himself back. He's not right there yet. But I feel good about where our guys are at. We've been thrown in the fire early. We've played – every game, even the UT Arlington or North, we had to compete. So I feel good about where we're at. There's some guys I know we're still hoping, like the two kids from Oklahoma, Keyshawn and Curtis. I think they're still not quite where I think they're capable of being. So hopefully that's a big something I'm going to focus on with those guys here over the break. Getting those two guys where I think they can be, because I think they help us tremendously if we can get their game where I think it can be.
And Frank, can you talk about the development of Manny Ugbo? He had a nice game tonight. And he's been playing more, and just talk about him.
Well, Manny was great tonight, and I think if you look at it, Larry, he's gotten better and better over the last couple of games. He was really good up in Memphis. He didn't score a whole lot, but he really affected their bigs. They got some 5-star guys in there, and he was terrific in understanding who he is as a player. Scored a couple times up there, but he's gotten better and better and better. And I think Ray's being here has helped him, because Ray has tremendous motor. And I always say this about big guys. If you have a great motor, you can catch the ball, we can coach you, you can get better. And I believe that he's starting to see, because Ray has a tremendous motor, and he has those really good hands, he can pass. And I think that's really encouraged and challenged Manny. And now you're seeing Manny, I think, but he's worked. He's put in extra work. And we're going to need it. I like we don't have a Martins, but I like what those guys collectively bring to the table.
So I have to ask, Coach, as Christmas is here, what's the best Christmas gift you had? And I guess give me the best Christmas story that you've had, because you're probably playing basketball most of the time, or traveling to, doing something with hoops.
Yeah, that's a real easy one for me, because my son was born on Christmas. So he's a Christmas baby. I remember taking him it was College Station, Texas. My daughter kills him all the time, because she was born in Miami, so she rubs it in his face. You were born in College Station, Texas. But my wife, did the walk in the mall that day, and I remember we didn't know. We like, man, we're gonna have this baby on Christmas Day, and I got stopped rushing her that's my firstborn, rushing her to the emergency room to have Corey, and I remember saying, look, my wife and he led me to the hospital, and old Corey was born that morning. So that's my best Christmas gift, and it's my best Christmas story.
Can't top that.
No, that's the easy one for me.
And just one more. It's nothing to do with basketball, but just your thoughts on Zaven winning the Bronco Nagurski
Oh,
Award
man.
today.
So awesome. It is so awesome. That's like the Heisman for defense, right? That's like this kid is amazing. He just epitomized what a student athlete is, all what you want it to be, and to have the kind of success he has had on the football field, it's been tremendous for our university. And I'm really happy for him, and happy for Philip and our football program. They've had a tremendous year, and but yeah, that's pretty special. I hope he becomes a consensus All-American, which he should be. And I don't know what all goes into that, all that he has to AP and all that stuff, but he's deserving of all of that.
Thanks for the plug, Coach.
Thank you. If DT's doing his job, he should get it.
Yeah. You guys got everything you need?
I think so.
Thank you, Coach. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
Coach.
See y'all.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.